It's time for ignition and straight up automobile pimping.
Dude, where's my car?
G'day everyone and welcome back to Dude, Where's My Car? I'm your host Tom and I'm with my regular co-host, the chosen one himself. I'm saying that because the Chinese New Year is coming in strong. It's the year of the dragon, baby. I've got Tony Hong.
You. 新年快乐.
恭喜发财.
红包拿来.
See, I'm getting good, huh?
We're a married couple. We literally are.
Getting good this
I'm
shit.
teaching him Chinese throughout this whole period of time, so we go to China soon.
Yeah.
And the man in the middle of us today is arguably someone who is famous. I would call him an underdog to some degree, mainly because I feel like what he's embarked on in his photography career is something that he's not only worked on himself and put a lot of passion into, but he has landed himself an interesting opportunity. And I don't just mean being on this podcast. You may recognize him as smcarphotos_30. He is one of the most famous photographers in Sydney. His YouTube videos get hundreds of thousands of views just for roll racing alone every single week that roll racing is on. And we love watching it because it keeps us tuned in. I have no one other than I'm talking about than Scotty Matthews, man. How you going?
Good, thanks.
How good was that intro? You have to wait for it to come through. Keep them going.
How are you good, dude?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Did you just come from a photo shoot?
No.
No. Okay. With the amount of content you produce, I think it might still be one.
Dude, what you do is honestly, I feel not to get all emotional. I feel quite privileged to have watched your work evolve over just the past few years alone, and you're very young.
Yeah.
And just watching you, like, I feel like you hit me up one day, like 2 years ago, and you're like, "Oh, can I take a photo of your car?" Or you were talking about Chris and with 60 Thunder or whatever. You were taking photos of my mate's cars, and I was just like, "Who is this guy who's developing just amazing shots?" You appeared out of nowhere, and I think it's been an absolute honor to watch you go from there to where you are today, and I can't wait to see what you're like next year and in 5 years and 10 years time, etc. It's going to be nuts. Like, how did you start getting into photos and how did you know that you liked cars?
Oh, well, firstly, like with my photos, taking photos of like animals and like wildlife in the surf and everything. So I just sort of enjoyed taking photos. And then there's been a few times we've been like driving around and my dad would like point out certain cars and everything because he was into cars when he was younger. And then I sort of started like picking up on the things that he was liking, like just seeing when we're driving around and everything. And then I sort of, when I got Instagram, I saw a few photos of like cars and some that are around on the beaches and everything. And then that sort of got me into like wanting to take photos and have that as another passion. So,
mate, it's incredible like what you've taken from that moment, as I said, to like what you're doing now. I mean, like, you're not just doing photos. I mean, you're doing videos now. So that's insane. Normally people don't really cross into either or realm. They sort of pick one niche and stay with that niche. You don't seem to be afraid of taking any sort of project on. I know we're talking about animals and cars here, but it seems like you're not really afraid to be like, "Oh yeah, I'll shoot that," and you'll just make it your own and you don't care. Like, you're like, "Yeah, I'll just make it my thing," and it just fucking works out for you.
yeah.
I don't know if this, I might save this question for later because I was going to ask like what makes like a good photographer, but I suppose like a better question is, how did you?
Now let's start with like give everyone an introduction of who you are, what you do, so everyone's on the same page, because we all know you very well. Like several years we've known each other, but I don't think the audience does. So, who are you? What do you do? And tell them how young you are.
Yeah, well, I'm 17 and taking photos of cars and the wildlife and the surf is my passion, and yeah, it's just fun getting out there, doing something you like, and yeah.
So just a northern beaches, a videographer, photographer, I just like taking photos, but all my content just blows up all of a sudden. They all are, like everyone's probably seen your content, but don't know the person behind the lens.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we've got the secret. We've got the golden gun right in our room right now.
Probably after this podcast, there's going to be a lot of people hitting you up like, so you're the dude that's gotten all the roll racing videos. You're the dude that has the videos getting reshared by everyone. Do you want to do a video for me? We're going to make business out of this body.
Oh, that's when he turns around to him and goes, yeah, $2,000 an hour.
That's the time when I was like, sorry, I can't make your events anymore. I got a photo shoot plan now. I got to do this.
I suppose, like when was your first roll racing event?
That would have been like the middle of this year would be probably 2 years since I went to the first one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Far out. And do you still get just as excited, I guess, taking photos and filming that as you did the first time you did it?
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask you that for so long, only because you go every time.
Yeah, well, we try to.
Yeah, you do. You try to. And like, you're also at all these other car events. And we're not just talking about the shit that we put on. Like, you're everywhere. And I'm like, how does this man do this? Like, I don't know. Don't you think he just rocks up out of nowhere?
He's everywhere. Like, everyone around roll racing, World Time Attack, any show and shines are happening. Cars and coffee. Just even big, small. Yeah, you literally are everywhere. Everywhere.
Do people hit you up? Like, I'll give you an example. You know, like working at Pro Speed, I was like, oh, maybe you should go take photos for Subi Nats and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It could be good exposure for you, different events, different people. Could be like good networking for you. Do people do that to you?
Not really.
Really? Fuck. I'm just giving away shit here. I just feel like someone had. I can't believe no one snatched you up.
There's been a few times where I've been asked to do a few like events, but yeah, it's not too often.
All I'm hearing, you're just pretty much set for events and just you present major events. That's just all you really want to do. You don't really want to do like singular shoots. You want to be on the big stage. You want to be big name events.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the individual shoots. It's just like, yeah, I guess the bigger events is sort of, I can get to them easier than like finding people to do individual shoots. So,
oh, that's pretty true. You go to one place and then
They're all there.
all the cars, they come to you. You don't have to go out to them.
yeah.
That's what I like though, because at the beginning you made such an effort. You came out of nowhere, bro. I had no idea who you were. I just knew there's this nice kid and it just keeps coming up in my phone. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, that's Scotty. And I was like, am I in the dark here about something? Like, why don't I know who this person is? And then you actually turned out to be a fucking legend. And you do all these shoots for us. So I was like, oh, okay, this guy's good. I like it. What software do you use to edit?
I just use Lightroom for editing photos.
That's it.
Yeah.
Here I am thinking you need some sort of degree to be able to pull off the shit that you do.
No, there must be a secret sauce in there that he's just not telling us.
I just use Lightroom.
Yeah. But it also comes down to the way how you shoot the photos, though. It's not just I snap a shot and then I just perfect it in Lightroom. It's like people don't like. It's like speaking to what's his name, Matt, on the other podcast. It's like people don't know how much time and effort goes into a photo shoot or even just a singular photo. It's like run us through how you prepare for an event and getting each photo and then to the final production, final masterpiece. Oh, there you go.
The money shot.
That's it.
Yeah, I was sort of just like trying to figure, like you just see other photos and then see what angles, I guess, do well. And like, if you're like taking a photo of cars just like at a show and shine, if you do, some cars look better with a higher angle or a lower angle. And then, yeah, so it's just figuring out what angle was best that people, like, you can get like a lot of coverage of the car in just the one photo. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, I guess just figuring out like if there's people walking around or where the sun is and all that, and then just taking a photo and then, yeah, just editing after. So.
That must be a challenge when you're at events and then there's everyone walking around and then you're trying to get that perfect angle or framing and then just some idiot, like, some idiot just walks through. Or you know the ones where you're taking a photo, they're all set up and they just stand in front of you and take another photo because there's no one there.
Yeah, you have to. Sometimes you're waiting a fair while just to get the shot.
So you're the patient. You wait for people to clear up, and then you take. Or you're the one that says, "Get the fuck out of my way."
No, I just wait.
Oh, that's what his dad, Big Shano's there for. Fucking neck people.
He's like the security. Like, nah, fine, nah.
It's funny you mentioned a really good point there, Tony, about challenges. On that, do you like work out what you've got to do before it happens? Like you mentioned, like, oh, you got to worry about the light and people and all that type of stuff. But like, maybe let's talk about individual shoots for a second. If you know that you're going to shoot, say, Tony's car or Chris's car or my MX-5 or whatever, do you already have like a rough idea in your head, i.e. location, how you're going to do it, like what would be good or not?
I didn't used to, but now I've sort of like, I've got like a few locations that I've got, like, depending on what car it is that I think would suit it better.
Yep.
And then a few I haven't tried out yet, but that I've got just to test that I think might be good. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I find I can't take a photo to save my life. Everyone knows that in this room. Now everyone knows in the world. I cannot do it. Give me the best camera in the world. I'll fuck it up. I'll make it look like the iPhone 1. I'll make it look like a Nokia N95, which is an old slide phone. I'll make it look like an old Motorola flip phone photo, which is the most pixelated fucking thing you can ever think of. Like, I just can't do it, bro. I don't have the gift of the gab. But I just imagine that there's just so much. I'm overcomplicating it. It's so much pain and so much headache and so much planning that goes in just to make these fucking amazing shots. But it sounds like either you do have the gift of the gab and you have this mysterious touch, or like, or you're hiding shit.
He's just got the gift.
I don't know. I watch you take photos and I watch you take photos. You're both fucking really good at it in your own right in terms of what you're taking. Like how? You just always done it?
No, I used to vlog, so I kind of know the angles, but I just watch YouTube videos, TikTok videos, and trying to follow all the influencers that get that good angle. Because I'm really stuck. I'm really used to taking those exact same angles on every single car. And then after a period of time, it gets boring. That's why I feel like people like Scotty, they get like... That's why I love throwing the camera to someone else for them to take photos. I'd rather edit the photos than taking them.
Yeah.
Because the next person in line that takes a photo, they've always got a different angle. Everyone's got their own touch behind the camera. It's always interesting seeing new angles. Is it that with you? Do you plan your angles or
No, I sort of just
play around?
play around,
Freelance.
yeah.
This guy. I just don't understand how you can...
I just do it and it all works out.
This is what I mean. He's got the Midas touch. Like it sounds like you just wing it and it's paid off for you massively.
So if we go back to doing like individual shoots, how long does generally like a shoot take for you? Because I know some photographers, they take a very long time because they got to set up all the camera, they got the gear, they got to get the lighting all correct, they got to angle the car this way and that way. If someone hits you up for an individual shoot, does that take a long time or?
Oh, usually in between like half an hour to 45 minutes.
That's pretty good. That's perfect. That's like so good.
It's like in and out.
Yeah. What the fuck? That's actually really good. Bro, I've been to shoots recently where we were there for like 3 hours.
Oh.
And it was a pain. Like it was a massive pain. Actually, you know what? That's a good question for you. I don't know if it's a challenge or if it's like something you don't like. Is there anything that you find challenging to shoot or something that you don't like doing?
Just taking photos in the middle of the day. That's about it.
So what is that? Don't take photos during the middle of the day?
Yeah, just because the sun's quite harsh and like if you don't have filters or anything on the lens, it can just, the photos won't turn out as good as you would want them to. And then they look in person as well. They look different on the camera to in person at different times.
What? I didn't.
A lot of people would think during the day would be the best time because you get all the light.
And mostly like if you do it early morning or like late afternoon just before the sun's setting, it's normally when it's better. Well, I find that anyway, but yeah.
That's what they call what?
Golden hour?
The golden hour.
Yeah.
I thought that was a whole bunch of bullshit that musicians would wake up to just so they could record their songs. It's the golden hour. It's like this is my time. If it's not recorded in this hour, it's not going to work out.
Okay, so you said, going back, you said 30 minutes to 45. That's one location.
Yeah.
And then once you got those, how many shots come out of like one location?
Oh, in between like 25 and 30 shots probably.
Is that usable shots? Is that all the shots you have to go through to find the couple that you could use?
Most of them are usable, yeah. There's not many.
This guy, Tom's seen my nesting and he's like, why have you taken so many photos of the exact same angle? And then we're going to delete like 20, 30. All of a sudden, I was like, I think it must have been blurry. The lighting wasn't correct. That's why I'm not the talented person on the camera. And then going from 30 to 45 on a shoot, 20 to 25 works. And then the next phase, what's that? Like editing it?
Yeah, just editing.
How long does that take? Or what's the procedure for that?
It depends, like, I guess, yeah, how many photos I have and what I think are usable and, like, good shots. Mm-hmm. So usually, it depends, like, some photos you don't need too much editing. Like, yeah, so probably another, like, half an hour or a bit more to edit the photos.
Okay, so it's not too bad.
Would you say that you're quite harsh in the deleting process of photos? Like if you've taken, I don't know how many you take, 10, 100, 3, do you go like, that's shit, and just immediately see you later, or?
Yeah, well, when I get all the photos, like, off my camera and then into, like, the platform for editing, I'll, like, look at the photo, and if I think it's, like, not that good, I'll just leave it, or sometimes I'll try edit them, and then I'll just think it's not going to work, so.
It's gone.
Yeah.
He just makes everything sound so easy.
I know.
I just like it. It just works out. It's all so smooth.
Okay, here's something that'll throw you. I'm so used to editing audio and video, right? That's my sort of domain. Can't take a photo for shit. And I don't mean me behind the camera. I mean like taking the footage and putting that shit together. I can do that.
Like an editor.
I cannot edit a photo to save my life. It would take me longer to edit a photo, one photo, to get it right, all the colors, the contrast, the balancing, no matter what it is. Ask me to do it black and white. I'll still fuck it up, bro. It'll take me longer to do that than it would take me to, say, edit Real Cars, Real People, which is a fucking 3-minute thing. I get it out. I have to do it in 2 ways, one for YouTube in terms of resolution and then sequence it for phone. That kills me. I can do that quicker than I can edit a photo. Does that fucking blow your mind?
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't. Like I find your world so fascinating because it's something that I just feel like I can't get better at. I genuinely feel that.
It's just like trial and error. Just get a few different shots and then just see what happens. Find things that work, and then it's just.
He's so blasé.
I know. So have you ever had, like challenges, did anyone ever come up to you and be like, I hate your style and shit, and then because of that you had to change, or?
No, I haven't had any of that.
It's literally just perfect.
I've got a question for you. Does anyone at school know what you do?
Only a few of my close mates, otherwise no one else does.
This guy is fucking Batman.
Oh, man.
This guy is legit Batman. He's like fucking Clark Kent, Superman. He puts on the glasses, no one fucking recognizes him. All bullshit. You are like a secret millionaire when it comes to the photos.
Yep.
You go back into your normal life as school, and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm just a normal fucking kid or whatever. And no one has any idea. You step out of that field, come onto the racetrack, and you've got hundreds of thousands of people who have watched and seen your shit.
Are you trying to hide all this, or like you don't want? You want people, so you don't care if people know, or you don't want them to know.
I don't care if people know or don't.
If I had your following at school, I'm the most popular kid in the year.
Oh God! Can you imagine like a kid finding out who got his license first and hits you up and goes like, "I just got my car. Can you take a photo?" It's just a shitty old fucking Camry. Like it's not.
It would actually probably be true though, to not let people know, because if everyone starts knowing it, but like, oh, can you come take a photo of my car? Can you do this for free and do that? It must. It just come down to. I get why now.
You're Batman, bro. You're Bruce Wayne of the photo world. That's the world you live in right now. I can't. What else interests you, out of curiosity? Because I know you got the car thing. You love animals. We chatted a little bit off air about sort of what you want to do and what you're studying as well and things like that, which I think is pretty epic. Do you just like all your time and effort go into just photographing those things, or is there like a different area that you want to get into?
I know, like photography I'd probably just have as like a side thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just working with animals would probably be like what I want to do is like my full-time job, being like a zookeeper. But then sort of outside of school, besides taking photos, I'd play basketball and bodyboarding, do bodyboarding. So.
I believe that, bro. If you fell over, you're that tall. If you fell over, you'd be in fucking Canberra. Like you. Sorry for swearing. Sorry if your parents fucking know that, but sorry.
Every time I see he's going, I'm like, fuck, have you just grown again? Fuck, you're just getting taller and taller. Standing next to Tom, I already feel short. And then when you come into the picture, I'm like, oh, man.
You feel short. You're the same height as me.
No, you're a bit taller than me. But then as soon as, like, when I walked out before, not knowing that he was inside the shop, like the showroom, I was like, who the fuck's this tall guy in the shop? I literally jumped up like, fuck, there's someone out here.
What do you think? Something that I always think about, and we've talked about it on this potty before. Actually, Dan actually brought it up, I think, on his episode, which is episode 2. You should go back and listen to that episode. Is seeing that kid? I'm talking like 8-year-olds, right, or whatever, who see sick cars, and you get that feeling, and they lose their mind, and they point and they scream, and they watch cars go past, and like we were all that kid one day. I often think like how different the times have changed from like the things that got me into cars, and the reason why I like cars. Like I can give you some straight up reasons right now. I loved gaming. I had Need for Speed 2 when I was like 6 or 7 years old on a Windows 95 PC, and I loved the soundtracks, I loved the feeling, I loved the noise, and I loved the concept cars that were all on there. That translated into me meeting Peter Brock, going to V8 Supercars way back in the day, and doing all that type of stuff. Like it was just like a continuous flow, and it was just, I always wonder, is that the same for you, or do you think, not, you don't have to speak on behalf of anyone, but like, do you think that's the same for people today? Like how you grow up in cars? Is it gaming? Is it photos? Is it like, I don't know. I feel like I'm asking a schoolyard question here. Like, do people ask or talk about it, or do, you know, yeah. Like how did you grow up getting into cars?
Well, mostly from my dad, because he, like when he was younger, he used to have like a Pulsar ET, and he would take that out to the drag strip on like Wednesday nights, race that with all his mates, and then he would occasionally show me photos of that, or just being out, like noticing cars. And then when I got my Xbox, I got Forza, and then just playing that all the time. So yeah, it's just
Forza Motorsport or Forza Horizon?
Horizon.
Yes. Which one?
I like 3.
Yes.
I still play that
The Aussie one. Be honest, do you drive around in the Maloo or the FPV?
now. Maloo.
Yeah, good man.
Team Holden. That's the
Team
way.
Holden.
Yeah.
All the way.
People are going to start thinking for a second here that we're just so biased to Holden. Love a Barra. Holdens just look better. Debatable, but yeah, it's my fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Each to their own. I'll be the middleman. Each to their own. Both look good. Depends how it's done up. I got one. Like the shirt he's wearing. He said the old man had a Pulsar.
Yeah.
You've got all the GDRs. We'll start with, what is the dream car of yours?
The R34 GDR for sure.
Just like the one
Yeah.
here.
Bayside blue.
Yeah.
Just like the one that we saw maybe on the weekend.
What spec? Are you more like going to all the shows, events, do you like to keep them clean and original? Or you're like the ones that want them heavily modified?
Decal kits everywhere.
Not heavily modified, but a few mods done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything orientated more like show look, track, drag rolls. You shoot everything, like
Yeah.
birdouts as well. Like a wide variety of genre. Like a lot of people, they're stuck within their specific genre and niche, but yeah, you're in everything. So
Yeah.
what would your build be?
It'd be like a mix probably of show and shine and roll racing. So it's still got some power to race, but it still looks clean and can like be entered in a show and shine and still fit in with all the rest of them.
So pretty much what happened on the weekend, tuned roll racing, was like everything
you
to
be
you.
both. You want to be everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, it is perfect.
Yeah. What did you think of the shots of tuned? Like, did you think it was like a good turnout and like the cars there were awesome? Because
Yeah.
I actually noticed something about the event.
There's a few good cars. I enjoyed seeing them. There's a lot of ones that are pretty nice. I hadn't seen before as well. A few cars, they just like you've never seen them before, and they suddenly just show up. So
Yeah, that's what I actually think makes a really good show car event is seeing stuff that has been worked on. So like you've seen it progress over time. So it's not just the same car over and over again. You can actually see the progress of what they've done, new body kit, new engine, whatever. But also different cars. Like you said, like actually going out and having the ability to, and it's good that Tune do what they do so that you can see the variety.
yeah,
You can argue with me on this. This is just something I noticed. There were no green cars at Tuned.
Green, was there?
There were purple, there were blue, there were red, there was maroons, there was orange, there was a lot of black and silver and grey. Oh, no green.
there was one green RX3. There's one with Savannah plates, but that was
Oh, yeah. I like the
besides
dark,
that-
the
yeah,
very
the
dark,
dark
one.
green,
The
yeah.
dark green.
How dark are we talking that you can't recognise it?
Oh, it was like detailed to like it was like a mirror. I remember taking a photo of it, and all I saw was myself, and I was like, "Nah, this ain't happening."
I'm asking you to either back me up or argue with me on it because I imagine you would have tried to get as many cars as you possibly could. That's one thing I noticed. And the only reason I thought about it is because Tony's car used to be green and you've wanted everything to be green before. I now have a green car. And I was like, I can't wait to change the color of my car. But then I was like, there was no one at that event with a green car.
Very
yeah.
You'd be the biggest standout ever.
Does that mean I got to take my wrap off now?
Yeah.
Go back to green?
Yeah. Be careful when you do that though, because the paint might come off.
Factory paint, genuine paint. It's good quality.
Do you like the hype of cars? Like, do you like? I don't necessarily mean in a controversial way. I just mean like, do you like all the shit that you see on social media and stuff, like all the reels or like Tony getting his car wrapped or whatever? Like, do you get caught up in all that stuff? And do you want to be a part of that?
It depends. Like some things, yeah, but others, like not really. Yeah.
Like, I often think like with Scotty, it's like, oh, does he want to come to like the Sydney rap thing that we did and see that stuff and be a part of that stuff? Or are you just like, so the only time you'll ever see me is like at the track or at a show event? Like, this is the big deal.
I'll just do anything, honestly. Like
I love this guy.
He is.
On that note though, do you, all the fake stuff that's like the fake controversy of like rolls, like roll racing and like the banter and shit that's thrown between PR, like precision racing and HR and all that type of stuff. Like, do you do you get caught up in that stuff?
Not really.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, actually, I do. I
love it.
I love it. I watch them all.
I love it. I think it's all bullshit, but I love it to death so much.
What are you? Are you RHM or are you twin turbo?
All right, Jeff.
RHM.
Wow. They've said it though. They've said that Lambo should be fucking flogging everything.
It's okay.
Shift happens.
Yeah.
To everyone off air, I brought in a little X-Eddie present for the podcast and it's just blown off because of the wind. And it's got a really nice X-Eddie drift car on the front. It says shift happens.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about roll racing. What other events do you shoot at?
Cars
What's
and
your
coffee.
cars and coffees?
Yeah. Probably the next main thing.
That you do. Which
Yeah.
one's that? Because I know there's cars and coffees like everywhere.
Yeah, there's ones that are on at the school up at Terry Hills, and then the first Sunday of each month at St Ives Showground, they've got a Cars and Coffee there.
What's with that one? Because I've always heard about that event, but I could never find
Never
the
go.
Facebook page, or I've never been myself, so I can't find details about it. Is it like very Northern Beaches, you know it, and you rock up kind of thing, or is it there is an invite and we're just not invited?
Yeah, there's a Facebook like that they post when the event's running on Instagram, but it's not like. Yeah, I think it's more just if you know about it, you go. But yeah, I think that's how they get most of the people, because if you've seen it, like a few of the people that go are there each time. So yeah.
Yeah. So what are the kind of cars that rock up to that definitely different to like roll racing and tune show and shine. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot more like older cars, like older muscle cars and a lot of old Alphas and Ferraris and stuff. And then you've got like the mix of JDM and like a few supercars and yeah, it's a mix of everything there, which is pretty good.
HR holding it or like a V-dub Beetle.
yeah, but I've seen the photos on there. Like, there's some insane cars that are like super limited that you won't see on the road, and you see them there.
That's because they leave the garage 4 times a year, bro.
It's probably called why it's called Cars and Coffee. Coffee car only. What other events do you shoot at?
Just like the occasional like local meets, like the ones you guys hold.
Yep.
And then if they've got like drifting on at the motorsport park, we'll try to get out to that. Or World Time Attack I went to for the first time last year. So
Did you love that?
yeah, that was good.
It was amazing, right?
Yeah.
Did you stay from the morning to the night?
We didn't stay too late in like the night, but
You enjoyed-
actually.
Did you? You got the
yeah,
drifting,
you got-
right?
Yeah, never mind. We did. Yeah, we stayed to the end of the drifting. Yeah,
What did you think of the drifting?
I enjoyed that a lot.
Oh, bro,
So
we were on
good.
the edge of our seat, eh?
And when it started, we were all like contemplating, do we stay or do we not? And we're like, okay, we'll watch it for a bit. And then as it progresses, you're like, I can't leave. Who's going to win? Because they all get so
Get to the
tight.
finals.
Yeah,
Oh, it's very close.
Fucking shout out to Glenn Ormerod as well. Hopefully one day he's on this potty. But, mate, watching him battle and try get all the way as far as he did versus fucking Japanese drifters, dude, I was like, oh my gosh. You must have got some good shots of that. Or is the camera dead by then? You've been shooting all day.
I've got 5 spare batteries. So it lasts a fair while.
I believe it. You got a backpack and shit, or you loading up like a gun? You're just like,
No, I've got a camera bag, and then I also bring like an extra backpack just in case I've got extra stuff. But
yeah.
yeah,
I suppose you got your old man as well.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, hold this.
On the cameras, I got to be stable. Take the bag.
He's like, oi, I'm thirsty.
What would you say is your favorite event to shoot at then?
well, probably roll race.
Going back to we just can't leave.
What did you if it is going to be rolls, like what do you think it's gotten bigger?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Definitely, yeah.
Like from last year, like this time last year, it was nowhere near the level that it was at now.
Well, what was the crowd like at your first roll race? Because it's like Tom was saying, it's definitely not what it was.
Yeah,
like we
well-
were trying to shoot and you couldn't get your phone out because everyone was standing up. There was phones everywhere. We couldn't get anything.
Yeah, well, the first one, I obviously thought there was a lot of people because I hadn't been there before. I didn't know what to expect. But then going to like the tuned one the other week, that's like the first one I went to was like not packed at all. Like, yeah, it just gets busier and busier each event.
I reckon 10,000 people were there at that point in time. Not like all day. I mean, like in one place at one time. I reckon there was thousands more that came in and out of that event.
Surely, what was it? The grandstand was completely packed. You had people on
In the
first
pits.
floor, in the pits, on the roof. Like,
That not even talking about the grass area. Like,
Yeah, I know. They're starting to like go the whole way up the grass hill.
bro, and the rat race afterwards trying to get back to your car. Holy dooly. I smelt like a sweat blanket.
Yeah, well, we park behind the grandstand, so it's just
you could just duck
it's
it right
less
away.
people.
He was the people that we were watching when we were looking over the other side being like, what are those people parking like right there at the grandstand?
It doesn't cost any extra, and you can just select it for online on the tickets, and then it's just easier to get out at the end of the night, not trying to get through the tunnel from the grandstand.
Bro, you are speaking my language. I like where your head's at. We were in the event for Tuned.
Yeah.
And Tony knows this. I'm not the biggest show car person. I will do it for the big ones, but we had to be there from the very beginning right to the end. I've said my bugbears about show cars, or show scenes, I should say, is the bump in time is what kills me. I'd rather just get there, enjoy the event, and leave.
100%.
But I understand there is protocol, and you have to follow things. Otherwise, things do not run smoothly. Which is why next time the MX-5 is going to be in rolls, Tony's in show car.
I'd love to see that. Who do you think his best contender should be in roll racing?
I don't know.
Do you think he has a chance in it? Or let's say the test and tune.
Yeah, test and tune probably.
So is that where he should just stay in the test and tune, or go into the big stage where the big boys come out?
Maybe test and tune.
I love this guy. So honest.
You don't know. There's big power plants for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what we're actually going to be pushing.
It might be an RB in there. Do you RB or LS?
RB.
Oh,
Okay.
JDM.
Yep. Both options have zero chance of me gripping to the road because the car is so small. But yes, I hear what you're saying. Actually, are you going to go to tune? Not tune. Fucking. Are you going to go to test and tune?
I haven't been to one. I don't know if I will be, but
Do you know what the premise is and what it's about?
it's just like it's like another roll racing, but no eliminations. Just I guess for people that aren't testing their cars, that just have like less power in their cars, just going out just to have some fun. So it's
That is
Yeah.
that is exactly what it is. It's for people like with my car or whatever. Like there's no, you're not going up against a fucking Lamborghini.
It's like your first timers, beginners, and everyone's there to have fun. Not really.
Yeah.
The competition side's really taken away from that.
Yeah.
It's more just having fun.
yeah.
Well, I can't wait for you boys to get out there.
I can't wait for you to get out there.
My car's too slow. It's a show car. It's not suited for the
Oh,
track.
we're not talking about that car. We're talking about a different orange vehicle.
Did you know? Oh, it wasn't roll race, but we did take the collie out to drag racing once.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so high for it. I was like, we're going out to diesel night. And it was great. It was like, on a Wednesday night. And then all the diesel use. Have you ever been to one of those?
No, I haven't.
Oh, bro, go. You'll piss yourself. You will piss yourself laughing. Please go.
It's like big four-wheel drives, 35s, 37s in the front. And then we run the little stocky 18s, 15s on the back. And then chuck the biggest fat burnouts. And then you just see them take like 20 seconds to get down the corner. But it's a great night and fun.
It is great, but what's really weird is the motorbikes are allowed to race at the same time the diesel people are. So you watch something take forever to get to the end of the track, and you're like, hurry the fuck up so we can watch the next round. Then the motorbikes will just come out of nowhere and they'll go next, and fuck me dead watching the motorbikes fly down this shit. You're like, there is something wrong with you. Because now we're talking about like rolls level shit again, because I mean power to weight ratio, right? So man, it's terrifying. Like I'll show you videos after this podcast of the bikes that I got. You'll just be like, what are you doing? Full blown skidding wheels right before they get to the start line too. They're not messing around.
You know what? They're the ones with what, the meter and a half wheelie bars out the back in case they fucking take off.
Dude.
They're insane. I don't know how those people do it, or just anyone that rides a bike on a track. The speed and the protection you have on bikes is minimal.
Yeah.
Minimal. I don't know.
We were at a track just randomly. I can't remember what we were doing that day, but we were at Eastern Creek during the day. Actually, I think we were just doing a track day. Anyway, the motorbike Grand Prix was on. So they had pretty much most of the morning and stuff to get their shit done. The guy was standing at the top next to us. He wasn't racing, but he must have raced previously. And we were talking about how fast these motorbikes are going and like how alarming it is. And like you make one wrong move and you're dead. Yeah. And this guy comes up next to us and he goes like, oh, do you want to try? You do it.
He's like, oh, it's not too bad. I've hit, what was it, the back one or the front one?
Oh, he's like, oh, I've hit turn one coming out of that thing at like 200 something before. And I'm like,
I flipped, the bike just flipped, rolled a couple of times, and here I am. We do it. Oh, no, he talked something about the airbags.
so there's
the
airbags
suit.
in motorbike suits. So like they inflate as soon as you come off when you're in an accident. Great fucking idea.
Yeah.
But because they'd be dead otherwise.
But this dude just talked about it so casually, like, yeah, it's like I just kicked my toe on the side of a table and that's all it was.
We were
But then
at that event for the
What's
car
the-
club.
Blossom?
That's it.
Shout out to Blossom. Good on him. Yeah. Fuck me dead.
And yeah, he was just telling us his stories around the track where he's just fallen over, clipped, or someone's clipped him, and then he just gone flying. It's like, oh, you might just break a couple bones after all that airbag comes out, but yeah, it's nothing.
You know what? You two would be really good mates. The way he was so blasé about motorbikes and the way you're so blasé about photography, you guys would get along great. Oh, no, don't worry about it. You just get out there and do it.
Talking about crashes, like we won't mention plates or cars or businesses, but You must seen some gnarly crashes out on the track.
There was a World Time Attack. There was a few, and then there was one time I didn't go to roll racing. One of the white Lambos crashed into the wall.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I think.
I remember that.
Oh, world saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you find out the final result of it or why? Because I remember people were saying it was the track wasn't prepped properly, or there was like a.
Yeah, people were saying it was from like
The
when
crack-
one of the cars like spilled oil. How they put that
The
like
white-
white stuff on the track.
Yeah.
That it was from that not having enough traction. But I don't know exactly what happened.
We can
but
delve in
yeah.
there. I guess they probably can't announce why anyway. Yeah. It'll be
No,
too much.
It's a lawsuit.
Yeah. There'll be too many people liabilities, responsibilities involved with that.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's not happening.
We get out of that. What do you think? That one? Any other ones? Not gonna lie. It's like when you watch the V8 supercars, one of the most interesting things is the crashes.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Everyone's there to watch the crashes happen because as soon as one car goes with a big event like that, it's just pile ups but it's also the fun bit watching after that crash because a lot of the good people that are up the front, they get involved in that, and it's like someone new could win this race,
Yeah.
and that's the fun part.
You know what terrifies me? Speaking of crashes, is, and I want to go to this event one day. I want to go to Finland or somewhere in Scandinavia, and I want to watch rally racing in Scandinavia. Have you ever seen the YouTube videos
Yeah.
for rally racing?
It's ridiculous.
Holy fucking Jesus. If a crash happens there, not only is the driver fucked, there's no fence line. People are just out across the whole thing where people just fucking stand there and everyone will just get wiped out. It's like mind-boggling to me that that's happening. I went to a rally last year and it was cool, but like the amount of protection and stuff that they would and would not allow us to do during the laser rally of the bay down in Bateman's Bay was like, what the fuck? But I loved it. It was great.
Cars flying around, like literally flying.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it, but I wish I had the balls of a rally car racer because fuck. You know what? If the MX-5 was ready, I was actually going to suggest that we race in the White Line Tarmac Rally, which is actually a really good event that you should shoot at. It's on tonight, actually. Thursday, once a month. It's on tonight. Sorry, you can't shoot it. It's on next month. I was going to say we should compete in that because it's really fun and interactive because you can actually have a co-pilot. So you can have like your mate in the thing next to you, giving out commands and like helping you out or whatever. It's really interesting. I think we'd fucking nail it.
Give it a crack.
In the MX-5. We'll do the MX-5 one time and then we'll do the Commodore. We'll see.
Let's do it. It's cones, right? It's not walls. That's the one where it's like what? It's properly organized, but it's in like big car parks or big open spaces.
They use everything that you can think of around Eastern Creek. So everything from like the dome to the drag strip to part of the public road to not actual Eastern Creek itself, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like the actual Grand Prix track. I don't think they actually touched that. But it's everything in and around it. It's fascinating. But what's really good is the fact that it's open to everyone. So workshops go in it. But also, like I know this YouTuber like Duong TV, Mr. Duong or whatever his name is, science teacher out in West, shout out. But he just loves racing his Subaru. And he's competing in it. Like he's
100%.
fucking
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
We'll get the MX-5 out there. Scotty's your co-pilot.
take photos at the same time, right? Just like
He probably does. He's got the angles. He'll tell you which angle. What
bro,
is the-
sport mode. You heard him. You got to tell me what this mode does, just so we can get these fucking shots. I don't really pay too much attention to social media or anything like that, but is that in the back of your mind when you're like uploading stuff? Like, do you like, no, I just like taking photos and uploading photos? Or do you think like, oh, I should try and make 5 reels or try and make shit blow up? Like, do you think like that at all? You just like, no.
I just started the Instagram and just post like the photos just so other people could enjoy it. Like I don't care about how many followers, views, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I just do it for fun. and then just so other people can see cool cars and content. And, yeah.
So he's got the natural love for it. He's not trying to be like, I want to become an influencer.
Yeah, no,
I want
I
to
don't.
get paid. You do it actually because you love it.
Yeah, I don't care about the followers and likes and.
I love this,
Hey,
man.
bros, I think.
I love this, man. So
Do you
good.
ever see, when you go on social, you know, like everyone's got like their own editing style. Do you want to have that style as well? Or you're more like, I just want your most clean, just out of the lens shots and you just want to post that?
Yeah,
Because-
yeah.
Very
I don't-
natural.
Yeah.
Is that the reason why you feel a lot of people follow you? Because it's natural and not like super edited and like whack? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people like they edit like they look great, but it's not like the way you see it.
Yeah.
They got their very own vibe to it. I don't know if you understand. Like they've got their own thing kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think yours is more like, natural. Is that the like purposely? Is that what you've done?
Yeah,
To
well,
just-
I don't want to change it too much. Yeah, it's just sort of how you see it in person is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then with all the events that you attend, I was asking this to you before. What's like your work schedule like? Because I remember like we see you at an event on a weekday, and then we see you again on the weekend. But then your content's already out by the next event we see you at, and we're here still trying to edit our videos, edit our photos. Is it like as soon as you get home, you're right onto the laptop and you're like, I got to get this video pumping out. I'll get this video out tomorrow.
Yeah, I just get home because I want to just go through it myself anyway and see what I've got. Like, yeah, so I just get home, just go through it all, and yeah, just have everything ready as soon as I can.
Do you think, I'm not trying to get in trouble here, do you think that photographers who do take a long time to, like, say you do a shoot week one, a week or 2 weeks have now gone past and you still don't have the shot, do you think that photographer's taking the piss?
I feel like if you're doing like a shoot or something, or like a feature of something that, in at least like the first week or so, I think it should be like put out, you know, if it's something recent. But yeah, I mean, with my photos, a few of them just from random events are like, I'm behind with them. Like I just post them a few months after it's been. But like if I do like photo shoots or like something specific with a certain car, then I'll post that like as soon as I will be posting next. So.
Yep.
I agree. Like quick turnaround times is what gets people. Like, yeah, because that's like how we saw the roll racing video. It's like we want to see what happened again, and then as soon as we search it, you feel the next one that's up already. That's the one we're going to be watching.
Yeah.
Quick turnaround times. That's all we
Yeah,
can
but
do.
this guy just doesn't fucking waste any
You must
time.
not sleep. You must not sleep.
Because you go to school.
Yeah.
Do you have a job now or not yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. But still, school assignments. You're in year 12. There's
Yeah.
HSC coming up. You've got good time management. That's all I can say. Your time management must be great.
Yeah, your future's bright.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated to watch what happens to you like next year, because I feel like you're going to snap up a job with animals pretty quickly, like outside of school. You might obviously have a break or whatever, but like coming back into it, and then you're going to be able to share your love and passion for like the animals, but then also combine that with the photography at the same time whilst you're doing your job.
Yeah.
Like this guy's new content's going to be like, you know how cops wear GoPros on highway patrol now? It's just like him in his vest, but he's just got like a pocket just for his GoPro here all the time, and he's just carrying like koalas and shit.
Feeding the tigers, feeding the crocodiles. SPV at the zoo. That's the next thing.
His whole accent changes. He gets a little bit more Steve Irwin.
Well, with all the cars you've shot, what's probably the most interesting car?
Probably the one.
Top
Last-
five. Give us your top five. There must be. I don't want to ping you to one, because there must be too many that you could pick from.
The most like recent one that I enjoyed the most was when we were up the coast. We drove past this block of, I guess, houses, like because we were going to look for places to look at night for reptiles, because it was going to be a few hot nights. So we were just looking around, and we saw this like car trailer in someone's backyard, like next to a shed, and I recognized the trailer, like with like it had like the symbol of like the car, a picture of it on the side.
Yeah.
And then so I searched it up on Instagram, and then I messaged them that night and said like I just noticed the trailer in like next to the shed, and I was just saying like, am I able to like shoot the car and get some photos of it? And then that next morning they messaged and said, yeah, come like in a few hours and you can come take photos of it. So that was the Phoenix burnout car.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a big color changing one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's sick. I love that car.
So that's your favorite?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then my second like favorite, like all of them are fun when I do like the individual shoots and
Of course.
build new
Yeah.
cars, and yeah, would probably be when I did the first one of yours and Daniel's car, because that was like my first ever photo, like individual photo shoot. So
I was just about to say, I would not think, because what? Surely, like, you're not a supercar person then?
no, not really.
Bro, it's on his shirt. Look at the man.
I know, but the amount of supercars, like at the Cars and Coffee, or I seen you go into what, museums or like showrooms
Oh yeah,
of
there's
all
a
those
few
like
car
super
dealerships,
limited
yeah.
supercars. I was like, bro, this kid's living like 17 and just checking out all these super limited cars that we probably won't ever see as well.
Yeah.
We'll see them on Google, but not in person. I'm like,
I just draw them.
he's done it. And you're going out to the Bathurst Auto Fest for that one?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not making that one. Oh, that one's when it goes wild.
Yeah.
I'm terrified what happens when you get your license.
That was my next question.
If you're getting to things now, of which you are, like you're getting to like everything during the week, weekends, like, and different shows, what happens when you get your license? Like, because it feels like there's no limit to what you're going to do. Like, are we going to see you at Summer Nats all of a sudden and fucking like every year? And then all of a sudden, the fucking week after that, you're in Melbourne shooting something else? Like, what's going on?
I don't know.
Has Big Shane must have gone through all like the customers like, you better not do this on the road when you get your license. You must not be speeding, this and that.
Yeah.
What would be your first car?
I don't know. I want something that is cheap and can just get me around, like cheap with parts and everything. I don't want to like modify my first car. I mean, that might change, but
It will. You'll start going with the P plate mods.
yeah.
Which is like initiation to some degree.
start out.
You've got to do it. But if you're worried about that, then I would just get an old reliable car, which is Toyota.
Yeah, I was thinking of getting like a Corolla or something, like not too old, but yeah, just something cheap and reliable.
Yeah.
Is that so you could save up for the car that you want to get? Is that
Yeah.
the reason why?
I mean,
Good
it'd be
man.
nice, but yeah, save up. Just yeah, hope one day you can get a dream car, but
Is
This guy's literally got his shit together. Like,
Is a dream car that 34? Or is there something in between that you want to get into
nah, I'd
first?
want that.
Just straight
Yeah.
into a 34. Is that? I like it. I like it.
there are people like that, hey? Like who was the guy who we spoke to the other day who was like, this is my first car? Kaio. Kaio is a dude from New Zealand, just saved up, worked more jobs than he had to just to get this car of his dreams, which is the bagged S15, the white one, which I didn't actually know until the other day was also wrapped white. I thought it was just white. This guy's done everything. It's his first car since being here. It's still his car now. Like, didn't drive anything else. And then Chris is also the fucking same thing.
I don't know how people do it. It's like, you can just say, well, I don't know. I can't resist temptations.
Yeah. Dan's had like 5 cars. I've had fucking, I don't know how many cars. I have no idea how many cars you've had, but
Yeah, no. So what? Straight into a 34. Ooh. Trying to get like a new spec one, like imported from Japan? Or you'll be finding something local?
I don't know, maybe something local. I don't know, just even getting one would be amazing. So just, yeah.
it is. And I hope that feeling never goes away, bro, because it really is an awesome feeling. Like when you get let alone the car of your dreams, but like getting a car like that and it's your first one, it'll stick with you forever, bro. You'll never sell it, I promise you. Yeah. But it's good. I can tell like the evolution of sort of what you're going through here on your shirt. So R34.
Yeah.
Liam can't see who is R32 or well, I was like, you can't get an R32, try it out. Get an R33, try it out.
I don't know.
What's the R34 that makes you love them so much?
Paul Walker.
I just like just the look of them and just, I guess, the sound of them, like the RB.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
So you like the boxy look.
Yeah.
Not really the round.
Yeah.
Oh, what about the 35s then?
I don't mind. Some of them are alright, but then like, I don't know, I feel like if they're just plain stock, they're not, I don't really like them that much. I feel like,
Just
yeah.
look, they're a bulky car.
Yeah.
They're like a Commodore.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. Oh, shit. I love them. My mum loves the 35 as well, but I get it. They're like big.
It's big. It's a big car.
But as soon as you do stuff to it, it's just a completely different car.
Yeah.
What about the 36?
I don't really like it.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
100%. The one that was just released at Auto Salon. Like, you saw the ones that they took out on the streets. Did you
Yeah.
see that one? What
No,
was it?
on the streets.
Yeah, because after Auto Salon, they did like a cruise. And then it was literally a post Auto Salon event where pretty much a lot of the Auto Salon cars, Auto Salon in Japan, they took it all out to, what's his name? Larry Chen brought it out for a big photo shoot one night. Yeah, and he was doing like the art paintings with the light painting. I don't know if you should go check it out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't
But
know
it
how
is literally like such a futuristic car with the light painting he does. It's like, it's fake. Like AI generated it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to. It's sick.
Huh. I don't know how I missed that. Anyway,
There was heaps. There was that night, Benny even went to one, I think.
I didn't look through all of Benny's photos, man, but yeah.
If you speak to Benny, do you know Benny?
No.
Oh, you will one day.
You will love all the stories or stuff he like, or even just the Japanese guys he gets to deal with, and the stuff he does for work. Oh, I love that, man.
Not to mention his R31, which is
Also, he could be a good person to speak to if you want to import a 34.
you're just giving away. You're just giving it away, man. But he's telling the truth. He would be the best person to speak to get an R34 into this country.
He's got the connections. He knows all about it.
Yeah. The dude would be Japanese, like if he could be. Like he
He could probably speak. He would speak Japanese to you.
Yeah. I love it to death. If you haven't listened to it, listen to that first episode we did. He's on it. He's fucking hilarious. Smart dude as well. Just knows, like, just genuine, like, knows what you're after and, like, what it means to you. And he connects with that and he reciprocates the same sort of thing, which is really nice.
Talking about like big name photographers out there, is there someone out there that you look up to or inspire to be?
Not initially. It was just me just doing it. And then I guess like from having Instagram and stuff, you can see other people's like styles and what you sort of like and would want to try like replicate. Not like identical, obviously, because you don't want it to be the same. But yeah, probably like, Larry Chen I've like been following for a while, and the photos that he takes and the way he does is pretty cool.
Do you actually, that's a good, you know how I was asking about growing up with cars and like how do you get into, like what was the affiliation and what that sort of grows into? Did you ever watch Top Gear?
Yeah, because Dad used to watch it.
Yeah.
And then I would be sitting down just watching it and get into it as well. So.
Okay. What do you think, like, I don't know if this is like worth the question, but like, do you think other people like your age watch Top Gear?
I don't know. Maybe like after like Jeremy Clarkson and all that are in it, maybe like the newer ones, but
The Grand Tour and all that type
Yeah.
of stuff, which are great shows. But sorry, the only reason why I asked that is I know it got sort of discontinued when the gang left.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped. I tuned out of that, but I grew up with that so heavily. I'm fucking way older than you are, so it's very different from me. So I feel like the connection and like drive to be included in like that scene or be paying attention to that stuff has changed so much. So fuck, I just had another question off the top of that. Oh, so the new Top Gear, does that interest you? Are you going to watch it?
I don't really watch it like the new one.
Yeah.
I've watched a few, but I don't really watch it anymore.
It's funny, eh? You're not alone. I haven't watched it either. Like, I mean, I'd give it the time of day if I had the time to sit down, which I never do.
I was just about to say.
Other than this podcast. Like, I don't know. Does it interest you watching the new Top Gear?
I think with time, I just don't have enough time now. Like, I love to watch it. I love to watch anything car related, but it's like, I do have very limited time.
Yeah.
And when I do have that free time, I think I just want to sleep.
Yeah. I'd like to give Moog the time of day, but I just, I find it weird, like the transition from like online YouTube and then going into TV. I feel like it should be the other way around. I feel like the internet has conquered all.
It has. Like, I think, I don't know about you, but do you feel like we're all used to watching like short videos now?
Yeah.
We're like, people can't sit down. Like, the era we're in now, everyone's used to what, 10, 15-minute vlogs. And now even the reels that are coming out, it's what, 1 to 3 minutes long, or the reels. People don't have the time or the patience to go through a 40-minute, 1 hour episode.
Yeah.
Unless it's like
movie.
groundbreaking, really fucking engaging. You got to hook me so hard that I have to watch it.
Yeah.
Like David Attenborough better be doing the voiceover.
Fast and the Furious.
What about Fast and Furious?
Have you ever watched Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, Tokyo Drift I've watched that like twice. I
Wait,
think
none of the other ones?
I've watched one of the other ones. I don't remember which one, but no, I haven't watched any of the other ones.
I think if you have to, not if you have to, you have to watch 1 to 5. And literally the 1 to 5,
I was going to say 1 to 3, but yeah.
1 to 3, but yeah, I think after 5,
It gets weird.
it's weird.
The only reason why I watched Fast X was because it just so happened to be in front of me and my missus was with me and she's like, let's just watch this. And I was like, I really don't want to. Like, I really do not want to. And she goes, no, it'll be fine. Like, it's got all the people we like. And I was like, does it? As far as I know, like, this isn't the same show anymore. And we sat there, watched it. Never in a million years did I think that Fast and Furious would pull a fucking fast one on us and go, part 2 coming.
I know.
And there might be a part 3. All I'm saying is
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
What a movie. It's literally like they played half a movie and be like, come back in, 2-3 years' time for the next one. I don't know, after that, I got so pissed off after that night. I was like,
oh, bro, I've never gone like, the disappointment, the pure disappointment. But you know what you won't be disappointed with? Watching 1 and 2. So go watch that. That's your homework from leaving this podcast. Those movies defined or helped define everything that Cars is today.
100%.
Still to this day, which I love. And I'll defend it.
Yep.
Should we wrap it up? Yeah, your support means everything, man. Like, it really does. Like, and like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure watching you. It's just like from where you started to sitting in this room with you right now and knowing where you're going to be. I think this time next year will be vastly different as well. So thank you from the bottom of my heart and the entire Car Culture team as well.
And thank you to all of you for your support as well. Like, from me from the start as well, like, yeah, all of you supporting me means a lot. So
That's what we love, and that's what we're trying to share as Car Culture Australia. We want to help each other out. Everyone can enjoy cars. Like, you're not driving yet, but I don't care if you drive or you don't drive. Like, we all love cars. That's why we're in it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're doing it.
Yeah. Please don't move anywhere because we have a lot of big things in the work. I need your help. So please.
And if you do get popular, which I really hope you do, and fucking famous and become like a full professional photographer, videographer, and be like running the full media team at events, remember us. Because we want those invites as well.
Remember where you came from.
But it'd be sick.
Yep. It would be sick. Do you want to call us out?
Well, it was lovely having you on this podcast. It was a last minute call up, but we thank you for coming. If everyone wanted to follow you, where would they go? Your socials, your business?
there's SM car photos _30 on Instagram, and then SM photos _30 for YouTube.
Yep. And then do you want to shout out your wildlife page as well?
Yeah, wildlife is SM photos _30 on Instagram.
So cars was SM car photos _30.
Yeah, and then SM photos _30 for YouTube and wildlife.
I have a feeling that if you type in one, both of them are going to come up.
Yeah, so we'll put them all in the links below. So you can go check out Scott, support him, follow him, check out his content that he produces. Hit him up for a photo shoot or video shoot if you wanted to. And as for us, as always, go like, subscribe, comment on all our platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. If you want any CCA merch, it's all up on our website. We've got lanyards, shirts, stickers, decals, everything's up there. New merch is coming as well. We're prepping for the winter season, so there'll be pre-releases for those, so go check that out. And without talking anymore, that's a wrap of today's podcast.
I feel like I do enough talking, so yeah.
Oh shit, but it'll get better.
Thank you.